Hello everybody and welcome back to another edition of Channel Update. So it's good to be back. It's this time around it's not going to be such a long channel update. In fact, we're just sort of going to touch base a little bit. So as you've noticed, there's been sort of a slowing down of content in the channel, and that is, you'll understand what the cause of that is. If you've been actually following the channel updates, then you know that I officially moved out of my old place in late June, and all of July I was actually just traveling around and staying in different places. So it's not, so I had to do a lot of the content that was recorded before then, and then I sort of like gradually released throughout July and the first weeks of August. Now, having said that, I'm just finally set up at my new place, and that means that, of course, there's going to be a little bit more regular content coming out for the channel, but it's going to take a little while to get that going, just because I have to start from scratch, and there's a lot of things that I still haven't quite figured out in terms of like the setup and everything. But first and foremost, I do want to take the time just to thank everybody, to thank my friends, to thank family, and everyone who made the past month a lot easier for me in terms of transition. So I stayed quite a bit with family, and I stayed then with friends, and you know what? They made the process of kind of moving around for a month not that bad, and I really do appreciate that immensely. So if any of you are actually, I know that some of you are actually listening to this, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. For everything that you've done. I really, really, really do appreciate it, and that makes me want to come back strong to it. Now, let's get back to business. So I just recently came back from a little business trip with a couple of friends from northern Canada, and that was sort of like an intense experience. And so I'm still like a little bit tired, but not that bad. But we'll definitely be looking into a couple of games. So I think some of the couple of games that we're actually going to be looking at least some of the new ones, is probably going to be looking at Monaco. That's something that before I actually left my old place, I was playing just for a bit of fun with my former roommate. And so I'll definitely be looking at that. I'll also be looking at a bit of Kingdom, because I hear there's, I just actually realized this, it's probably because I've been away, but there's a new edition or new version of Kingdom that's come out. I might look at Crawl as well and see what the state on that update is, but that's probably what I'll be doing. Oh, what's the matter, Ruby? I also have a dog currently with me in my room. Her name is Ruby, and she's quite sweet, and she's looking at me confused because she's making growling noises as I'm recording. Anyways, so yeah, so we'll be looking at that, and then there's a couple of games. So we won't like automatically dive into any long series. I think from the get-go I'll go into a couple of maybe spotlights. I'm not entirely sure, but I want to go back into the whole thing, just being a little bit more spontaneous and fun. But we will be returning to some tried and favorite things. So we will be going back to the Minecraft Spotlight series. We'll definitely be going back to some of the series that were something like King's Quest. We'll most likely go back to that eventually, and then we'll go into a series of, I want to go into like the mystery video game series, so we'll be doing a lot of that. We might look at a lot of, we might look at a couple of other Telltale games. Might look at some previous games that I had kind of like discarded just because I was a little bit upset at how at what their initial reception was. So, for example, the Game of Thrones games, which I was interested in playing, then I wasn't interested in playing, and now I might potentially look at it again. We'll have to see. I'm not sure. But anyways, I do want to thank everybody for staying with me and looking at the stuff. More stuff is coming pretty soon, so please just hold on a tiny little bit, and more content will be coming pretty soon. So that's my message. Just to everybody know that I'm now fully settled and getting ready to get back into the swing of things. So until our next video, I will see all of you later.